Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Crystal Edwards. I work at Harlem Hospital in Emergency Management / Safety Department. The Director of Emergency Management is Mr. Robert Knapp. He's over there at the table. Wave your hand. At Harlem Hospital Emergency Management and Safety, what we do is we teach the staff in the hospital how to prepare for emergencies, make sure we have the items that we need in case we do have an emergency. And fire safety goes hand in hand. So fire safety teach the staff about fire safety, exits, how to follow protocols, alarms you may hear, just different things, how to use race. So today they're going to teach you guys. We're going to have a couple of people come up today to see if you know how to use a fire extinguisher, right? Everyone thinks using a fire extinguisher is very, very easy, but sometimes it's heavy. Sometimes you swipe wrong. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce Miguel. He's going to give you a little bit about fire and safety and what you may need to do when there's a fire.
Hello. Hey, how are you doing today? Hi, Harlem. How we doing? So, when we having a fire, we have to understand that one of the main things we do, we have an acronym called RACE, RACE. The first letter is rescue, right? Or remove. There's some of us that we incapacitated, we can't walk, we hurt, all kinds of things that happen. We gotta make sure to move them out the way. The A stands for alarm. By every exit, we have a pull station. It's a little red box. You just pull it, you open it, you pull it, the alarm goes off. C, confine. Sometimes when there's a fire, we want to be able to close the doors behind us in the event that the fire is happening because, I thought somebody was raising their hand, excuse me. In the event that fire is happening, because we want to make sure to confine the door. We want to make sure the oxygen doesn't spread or the smoke go outside. E is evacuate, right? If somebody owes you $20, are you going to help them evacuate? Yeah. Probably not. I don't blame them. They should have paid you early on. By most of our exits, most hospitals, just like here, in all of our exits, we have pull stations. And along with pull stations, we have a fire extinguisher. And so, this is a terrible place I put it. I wanted everybody to see. We have a fire extinguisher. We have an acronym called PASS. When you have PASS, it's pull the pin. You'd be surprised how much when we are in the middle of a fire and adrenaline is rushing, you could crush that pin and you won't be able to have it work for you. A, aim. You want to take this? Aim. What? Oh, there you go. See, it's amazing. All of them are heavy. A is for aim. You want to make sure you aim at the base of the fire, not at the top, right at the floor. You want to aim at the base. And there's two S's: shoot and sweep. In the event of a fire, can I get a volunteer, please? Oh, come on, man. I love how enthusiastic you are. Please, man. There we go. My sister. There we go. Let's give a round of applause to the good sister. Let's go. Oh my God, there's a fire! Somebody help us! Well, there we go. This is your first time. Right. You gonna pick it up, please? So you remember the acronym? You pick it up. I got you. We're gonna do this together. Pass. Don't worry. You gotta pick it. You gotta hold it by the handle. First thing you gotta do, you hold it by the handle. Pick it up. Yep. Yes. Turn it from the bottom. Pick it up. Right. Okay. We're gonna pick it up from the bottom. So the first thing is pass. There's a pin here. Pull it. Yes, pull it out. You're scared. We're scared. Oh. There we go.
Okay, I should squeeze it to pull it out, right?
No. There's a fire. Please, aim at the fire. And squeeze. I got to turn it on, too. That would work. There we go. Oh, my goodness. You're doing it. Aim at the base. At the base. There you go. Keep going. Keep shooting. There you go. We're burning. Save yourself. It's okay. Then the other side. There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
This is heavy. How many seconds?
Oh, no. But we got to turn. But you know, I had to turn it on to make sure she's ready. All that. So as we going, let's remember. Pass. We gotta pull the pin. We gotta pull the pin because at any point these pins easily to be able to squeeze. Aim at the fire. You're gonna shoot and you're gonna sweep the base. And don't forget RACE. Rescue, alarm, confine, evacuate. Even if they owe you $20, please let them out. Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
So in order to get that pin out, do you have to squeeze this?
No, just pull it out. No, if you
Are they all this heavy?
they come in different size, from 5 pounds all the way to 50 pounds. It depends on the area.
And
They're-
what about what they're advertising now, that blanket that you throw all
I
this
have
stuff?
it. It's good, but I haven't used it yet. Thank you, guys.
I cannot tell you much about the blanket because we don't use that in our department or anything because we want to make sure you get out as fast as you can. That's more for the home. It is recommended for your home because you don't want anything to burn.
So we should have this in the
You,
house.
you should have a small little 5 pound. It's good.
Yeah.
Home Depot.
Oh, really?
Oh, you mean about Lowe's, Home Depot, Amazon?
And do you have to refill it?
No, every few years you have to get a new one because what happens is it loses pressure each and every few years. It goes down steady. It takes about 7 to 10 years before you have to finally have to replace it fully because you don't want it to shoot and nothing comes out.
Okay.
Then you should get.
So if you don't want the big ones, if you're not in a big area, they do have the smaller containers, like about, I think it's about a gallon, the size of a gallon bottle. They usually have like a 2-pack now.
The closest place to your exit. You don't want to go towards the fire, and the next thing you know, the fire's over here. You want to go over there, and there's the exit door. You want to keep it closest to the exit. In the event that the fire goes out of control, we want to be able to run.
Yes.
Your life matters, believe it or not.
If
Okay.
stores it underneath the cabinet sink or anything.
You gotta remember. In the event of a, can you get to it? Can you remember to get to it when there's a panic? Because
Like, is it like the chemical that say, you store your detergents and stuff like that
it's
something spills.
you- these things are made of stainless steel. It's not gonna get through it. You're good. You're good to go.
The question I asked was that if you store it underneath your kitchen sink, any of the chemicals that you have in it, such as soap detergent and stuff like that, will it corrode the canister?
It will not corrode the steel. It is stainless steel. It's not gonna corrode anything. We're gonna be in good stuff. Ma'am, hand? No? Yes. You want to be able to see it out. You want to see it. Because in the event when there's a fire, an emergency, we don't all think correctly. It's very. Who's ever panicked?
Yeah.
Every single one of us has panicked. It's a very. Stu?
Yeah, I keep mine by my stove because if there's a fire, it's probably going to be coming from the stove in the kitchen.
Yes.
So I keep mine on the counter, not far from the stove. So if something happens, boom, it's right there. You don't
There
have
you
to
go.
think
Right.
about it.
Exactly, ma'am. How can
We've had those recent situations with the e-bikes and things like that. They don't keep them in the kitchen. Greetings. They've had the emergency situation with the e-bikes, so on and
Yes.
so forth, and those fires weren't able to be contained. So the thing is, they weren't in the kitchen either. I don't think they could have been in the bedroom or living room or whatever. But my question really is: every 5 years for which a replacement is needed, is there somewhere that we can take them? Because environmental conservation, we got to throw the whole canister away.
you could take it straight to Home Depot. They have a recycling program. that
Oh,
can help
okay,
you with
that's
that.
good to know. Thank you.
Like if I give them a used canister or an empty canister, they'll
No.
But not a
One that
empty
you
one,
have that's
like one
old.
that hasn't been used yet because
Yeah.
the pressure went down.
Mhm.
Would they replace it?
No. No, you're gonna buy full price. You're gonna give it full price.
So even though I'm recycling it,
Yeah.
I still got
Full price, unfortunately. Any more questions? Well, can we get one more volunteer to try to fight a fire one more time? No? Why not? Come on, don't be scared. Any question?
I just wanted to show this. Also, if people haven't seen this, you can find these on. You can find these on Amazon. This is called Fire Aid. This is a fire extinguisher. This is about $25, $30. It's like a hairspray thing. It's point and shoot. It's very, very easy to use. It's something that puts out chemical fires, electrical fires. This is a find of my man Mark McPhee, who sourced this out for us. And this is a very handy alternative to the traditional one. It's something you can put in your car for car fires. You can take it with you, so just to let you know that you also have this alternative. It's very easy to get. You can find it on Amazon. It's called Fire Aid. So
Let me ask you a question about that.
Yes.
We have a lot of fires in Esplanade, especially on the patio, since everybody got these doggone e-bikes.
Right.
Something like that. Is that feasible, workable?
Absolutely, because it can put out chemical fires. It's very good.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can find some YouTube videos that give more information on how this works, but it's very user friendly. So I wanted to show you this alternative, and it's also, as you can say, it's something you can store easily. But you grab it, you pop the thing just like it's hairspray, and you shoot it. The same thing that you're doing. You still want to put it in the same places, but this will do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know last year when we came, we talked about the blankets, and we did some Googling. I did some Googling when we left here, and I purchased the blanket. Like I said, I haven't used it yet, but when you see the reviews on people using it, especially to the cookers, right? It's easy where you don't have to worry about the mess of running to the fire extinguisher. It comes with a lat where you could just hang it on the wall next to your stove, and you could just grab it, unfold it, and put it over the fire. They show you a lot of YouTube videos on that. So for some of the cookers, you may want to look that up. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a fire blanket. It's like, I don't know, it's about, can I hold this? It's about this big, and you just lay it over the fire, and it actually puts it out. People use it for grilling. They use it for different things. So now we no longer have to pour the grill stuff on the floor and put the water. All you have to do is put that blanket over, and it puts it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Another question. I know it said blanket. It's not something you're going to put over you.
So they do have that one as well.
yeah,
they do have the
okay.
blanket. Yeah, but even though you put the blanket on you, we will say, still please get out of there, right? Don't put the blanket on and say, this is going to save me. You can put the blanket on as you run out. They have that as well. Amazon, and it was only $15. They have some that is a bigger one, like a blanket, is like $30. But the small one for the kitchen, they give you two actually for $15.99.
Yeah, I saw it at Home Depot last night when I was in there looking for something else. But the thing is, if I never had to use that canister, is there any time I should test it to see if it's working? If it's 5 years have gone by, don't test it?
Never.
These canisters, if you look for some of us in the front, if you look closely, we have a green label right on it. I'll show you it closer to you, and that is what lets you know that it has good pressure at all times. If you look closely, see a little green on it. That means it's good. You ain't got no worry about it.
That green label goes down, then that means it's bad.
If it goes up, so two things. If it goes to any other color that's not green, it's bad. We shoot, it's gonna miss right away. Any more questions, Harlem? Yep, as many questions as you want, my dear.
Because I always panic. We had a fire Monday, I believe. We had a patio fire Monday. And by me being on the top floor, I'm always panicking. I should get out the building. But as I was getting ready to come out the door, the fireman told me to go back in.
And close your door.
And close my door,
Correct.
that it was safer.
Come fine. It's part of the race.
So it's cool to
It's
stay
okay.
Situations you're gonna have to do that, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you may put yourself in more harm.
Right.
By going down.
And especially trying to get down on an elevator, because he told me we're taking out the elevators.
Never take the elevator inside an alarm, please.
Okay.
During the fire emergency, we never know. Any
thank
kind of
you.
emergency, always take the stairs.
Unless it's not safe to do so.
Oh, she was saying something. I didn't get to finish hearing. Oh, I wanted to ask, isn't there another type of extinguisher, like if it's chemicals, and or is it okay for?
Most of the fire extinguishers you're gonna buy, they're labeled ABC. Their name. Reason for ABC because we have different kind of fires. There's oil fires, there's electrical fires, there's just regular paper fires. That would just be regular water. But in the event of a house, we never know what's gonna happen. Right. If it's electrical, you don't want to fight fire electrical. You gotta electrocute yourself and burn. It's terrible, horrible.
And then the other thing is like when you have children.
Yes.
Even if you don't have children, you could have children visiting you.
Yes.
So you could have stoves that if you bump against it, the gas comes on
It
or
happens,
what have
yes.
you. So I was told, because I went to an event, and the fireman said, the landlord, if you live in apartments, buildings, that the landlord is responsible for giving that to you. But then at the same time, I'm not waiting for that. And I had told other people, but they said that the landlord is supposed to be the ones to give you the stove protectors.
to stop
don't move,
they don't
so it doesn't
the,
move.
the knob. Yeah.
Your stove should automatically come with it.
No, they don't.
If you have a child under 12, you have to request it.
You can request one, but the local hardware store's gonna charge you less than $20. Do you really want to wait for the landlord? How long he takes to fix the leak in the ceiling? It takes forever. Imagine a fire. He's not gonna care for us.
I would just pay it for your safety and the children.
Yeah. Stu, they got a million more questions. We got them all. One more. I got you, Dave. I'm coming.
So for those canisters, we could see the green label. But what happens to those canisters? Like he was showing us, and then like the ones that you probably see from BJ's or whatever, the smaller canisters. Will it still have it on there?
They should still have a green label to let you know it's pressurized. It's like pressured. Imagine pressured air.
Okay.
Right. It's still gonna be once you start using it, you'll know immediately.
So it's almost like the compressed airs that you use for the cleaning computers.
That's correct.
Okay.
Any more Ma'am. Always.
So the other thing also, obviously, to have the smoke detector, so you'll know the fire before it starts. But the other thing too, how do we have building preparedness? Should they have these things in the hallway or something, and then train the people in the building if something should happen on their floor?
Now, I would say yes, but the question to that is how many people are gonna be prepared to take care of somebody else? It's even the people. A lot of people are only concerned for themselves. Unfortunately, that is a sad reality of what we're going through. And then people move. Let's say your neighbor moves out, and he's in charge of the floor. He's in charge of the floor. Then what? One of the biggest hassles we have in the hospital is finding somebody to volunteer to help somebody. Nobody wants to volunteer. Everyone can. This is it's a cold world, and everybody's out for themselves. We try our best every single day. There's not a day goes by that we're not asking for volunteers, somebody to search, a floor warden to contact me downstairs and let me know what's happening. In the perfect world, we will have a fire extinguisher everywhere. There's people to volunteer, but the sad reality is, it's for oneself.
I know you spoke about your building. I think for your board, I think you need to speak with your board if you have a community board in your building or even a community board in your area. I would raise that suggestion to them because it is a good idea to kind of place a fire extinguisher in different buildings, especially on the higher floor. So that's something that can start a conversation.
Yeah, because it's a co-op, so I can speak to them. But the situation why I mentioned to have the extinguishers because a good friend had a house, and the lint in the dryer caused a big fire that created a whole havoc in the house. Mm-hmm. So the lint in the laundry room.
That's a very common fire, believe it or not. Any more questions, sir? How are we doing today?
How you doing, man?
Happy Thursday.
Okay, I want to be specifically clear. Any event that there's a fire, of course you have to save yourself.
Yes.
But when do you not try to save your neighbor? I mean, is
the fire on your floor? Let's say the fire's on your floor next to you.
Okay, we can start there. Yeah.
If the fire's next to you, if it was within the length of your strength, yes, help your neighbor. Always try to help your neighbor. I'm never gonna say don't take care of your fellow man. I'm just saying the event there's an immediate fire right next to you, right in front of you.
Okay.
It's tough. Yeah. No, it's tough.
I didn't want to.
It's tough to tell somebody. It's tough to tell somebody volunteer and try to take care of the next person.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very.
We always say help your neighbor when we tell the people at the job. Help your neighbor if it's safe to do so. Help the patient if it's safe to do so. So that's the model that everyone should lead with. If it's safe to do so, try to get as many people out as you can. It's very important. Oh, sorry. What I was saying was that we always tell people at the hospital, help your neighbor if it's safe to do so. Your safety comes first, and then everyone around you is second. We have patients at the hospital, right? So our main goal is trying to save as many people, as we can. But at the same time, we also have to put ourselves first because I can try to save you, but if I'm failing or smoke is getting into my lungs too, we're both going to be where we at, and who's going to tell the story?
Who wants to put a plaque? Nobody wants a plaque of their name next to the wall.
Right. They better all show up to my service.
Any more questions? Oh, there we go. No such thing. There's no.
I live in SNR too, and our floor, what we do is we already know that if there's an emergency, we're going to knock on everybody's door and make sure everybody knows that something's happening outside. So that's what we do.
That's it.
I'm gonna bring that back to my building.
For those people who may be challenged physically or whatever, they may have an oxygen tank or they have a chair or they need some kind of. I mean, shouldn't they try to arrange with the building or that floor, those people on their floor, to let them know if anything should occur because they may not be able to walk or run or what?
Now that is a good statement. See, here in the hospital, for example, not outside of the patients, we also know which one of our employees are disabled. The disabled employees, we keep them in the staircase. Staircases are made of concrete. It's not gonna burn, so we're okay. We're okay. That's a good spot to be at. Now, in the event of smoke, that's why we always say close the door. It's better to keep this door closed and confine the fire into this area than let that door out and let the smoke go away. Most people die not of a fire; they smoke inhalation. It's a terrible, sad way to go.
Oh. Okay, now if somebody's perhaps buying property or whatever, should they see if it's fireproof or fire retardant? What's the difference?
If you're buying property that's fireproof or fire retardant, that, madam, is what the assessor will be able to tell you better than we can.
So I remember with my dad, and he told me fireproof, but things changed so much, so I'm really, really, really not sure.
Oh, we got a question all the way in the back. We got two questions in the back. Who's us? Oh, wait. She has an answer. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Okay.
Fireproof, in theory, shouldn't burn. Fire retardant, it just burns more slowly. It slows the burn.
What is the first step to start an emergency plan in your building where you live? What's the first step?
Talking to the board. If you don't talk to the board and know who's in charge, who's help, there's nobody in charge in the board of directors. You're all equal partners. Bringing it up, bringing awareness, and then you get somebody to come help you do drills. After you get somebody to do drills that can help you get an emergency action plan, you should have one in place yourself. Do you know how many exits you have in your building? You got one exit in your building. How many exits when you?
We got two.
See, there you go. And if you were panicking, you might pick the wrong one. You never. It's important to always understand. That's why you have to be cool. You want to be cool, calm, and collected in the event of any emergency. Ma'am, you have a question?
Is a fire escape considered an emergency exit?
Of course it is an emergency exit.
Okay, so each one of those apartments are considered
Each one of those apartments are considered?
like an exit.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. And should you ever go to the roof?
In the event, well, the fire department will be able to tell us. It depends on where the fire is. If the fire is creeping up, you're going to start moving up the fire. But God willing, most of the time the fire department comes and takes care of us before any of these emergencies happen. Thankfully, 4-alarm blazes. By the time the fire starts creeping up, you probably out the building by that time.
So do you go to the roof or you go down?
Depends on where the fire is located. Because if the fire's in the front, if
if I am having a fire on the 5th floor,
If
where do we tell the people to go?
Depends on where the fire is. The reason where the fire is because if it's next door, you close your door, you're good.
Yeah, you can go down.
If
it's not safe to go down, then you go up. Right? Try to go to 3 floors, 2 to 3 floors above.
Is the 6th floor the last floor? Every single floor is different. There's no one way There's no one way.
But if the fire was on the 5th floor and I'm on the 6th or the 7th floor, I wouldn't want to go past the fire. I think I'd be safe.
Would the fire be unless the fire is directly below you?
But you just asked the question, what would we do? That's what I would do.
I didn't ask that question. I'm giving you the answers, my lady.
Okay, we got time for one more question.
Very quickly, I know you're here to talk about fire safety, but does Harlem Hospital also do active shooting
Yes,
training?
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We do active shooter training.
Yeah, our active shooting, because we have different sections and we don't give one department all the duties, our active shooter is run by hospital police. So we do active shooter drills. Monthly hospital police does training throughout, and then we have a yearly annual assessment that all employees have to take to be, come familiar with active shooter and fire safety, emergency preparedness. So we give them that yearly so that they can always be prepared. Okay, so thank you guys for everything. We appreciate it.
The roof is on fire. Don't run. If it is.
Okay, thank you, Crystal and
Miguel.
Miguel. Thank you, Crystal Miguel, Harlem Hospital. Okay.